Hey everybody on YouTube, Hello Bella here. I just woke up and I have been going over my sales numbers for March because it's now April the 4th and I wanted to make this video for you guys. One of the reasons that I love to do monthly update videos is that it keeps me accountable and forces me to kind of look at my business and present it in a way that makes sense to other people, but also allows me to look at things. So I have a lot to kind of talk about in terms of like theory and how the business is progressing. So I'm going to go over the numbers and I'm going to go over what sold, but I'm also going to talk about how the business has evolved from solely a book business to more of a retail arbitrage business. So as you can see here, sales for March were $4,145.76. The ASP was $21.48, which is good because my yearly average last year was somewhere around $17. So I really wanted to get that number up. So it's slowly creeping up there. The same date range 1 year ago, I had only sold $1,928. So you can see that I've doubled sales since last year. So that is good, but we have to think about profitability as well as that. So check this out in the bottom here. Books. So you guys know that most of the time my revenue has came from books. Check this out. Only 41% of revenue came from books this month. That is $1,700. The rest of my revenue is coming from a lot of other places, which I'm really happy about, but I've also got to work out some kinks in terms of how I can get my cash flow back and just have a healthy business overall. I will say that I have a lot of money, well, not a lot, but I have more money than usual tied up in inventory right now as I'm learning how to do retail arbitrage, but I have been okay with that because I've been getting pretty decent payouts every month. So the second category is home improvement, and most of this is just from Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart and places like that where I find either tools or parts or some weird stuff to sell. The second category is grocery. 14.5% of my monthly revenue came from grocery, $602. And again, most of this is coffee and tea and a bunch of random stuff too. I think I sold about 10 units of mustard this month, so that was about $100 in just mustard. I found those on clearance at Big Lots for like $1.50, and I think I wound up having about $4.50 profit on each one, so not bad at all. Next category is toys. That is from the TJ Maxx clearance, the yellow tag clearance that I went to after Christmas. Some of those are finally selling off. Then we have home entertainment, office products and supplies, electronics. Those would be my DVD or VHS players right there. And kitchen. Not sure what I sold in kitchen. Wireless, maybe some speakers. Oh, I know what I sold. I got this thing from TJ Maxx that was a phone accessory. It was on sale for $10 and I sold it for $59.99. Didn't even know what it was. Still don't know what it is. Don't care what it is. Made money off of it. So, and then in the music category, $60.99. I do sell some CDs and I also sell vinyl as well, old records. So those do sell pretty well for me. They don't sell for a lot of money, but you can get them for like $1 to $2 and sell them from anywhere from 15 to 20. The most I've ever sold a vinyl record for on Amazon is $39.99. So fun fact there. So yeah, a lot of the business is changing. It's kind of evolving from just solely a book business to more of a little bit of everything, which I'm happy about because I haven't seen these kind of numbers ever in my business. But one thing I want to take you to look at is the handy dandy spreadsheet over here. So I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, and I know that a lot of people will not share this information, and some people may think it's stupid for me to share, but I mean, I made this channel so that I could kind of evaluate myself in general, yeah, that's it. So these are my payouts for so far for 2018. Wow, 2018. So total is $4,860.07. So that's the amount of money that I got back from sales. This does not indicate profit because profit would be this number minus all the cost of goods sold and expenses. But one thing I want to look at is that my payouts are getting bigger. Of course, I got back from Italy in January, so I haven't made a lot of money when I first got back. But in February, you can see that I had really hit the ground running in January because my payouts were $778 and $1,072. And then in March, my payouts were $901, $953, and $971. So, total payouts that I received in March were $2,827.17. For cost of goods, see, I use this for tax purposes, so it's not necessarily going to be a total indicator of health of the business, but as far as what I have to pay taxes on, I'm very concerned with. So I put in every expense that I can think of into this spreadsheet. And it also helps me determine whether or not what I'm doing is really worth it. Was it worth the time and the effort? Because whether or not you want to count your lunch whenever you went outsourcing, it's still a cost, you know, and I feel like it's a reflection of the time that you're putting in. So my total expenses for the year is $4,224, and my payouts for the year is $4,860. So you can see, let's see, not if we look at it from just a tax purposes standpoint, 4860. If you look at it from that standpoint, I'm really not going to have to pay a lot at this moment, but let's see, 4224 is my COGS. Let's see, 4224. See, if this were the only indicator of success, then we would be like, well, what are you doing? You've only made $636 in 3 months. But that's one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, is that this money keeps getting rolled back into inventory so fast. Like, that's one thing about RA that is sort of like keeps people out, is that you have to have a lot of cash tied up. Some of the bigger resellers will tell you, like, yeah, I have $20,000 in inventory right now. Like, it's just tied up. It's, you know, it's not saying that they're not doing well. It's just that the money doesn't come back to you sometimes for 2-3 months, sometimes 6 months. So this 636 is kind of a funny number. And one thing this has all taught me is that how easy it is to just show sales numbers and like have no background information. And so you might say, like, if I told somebody, oh, I sold $4,145 on Amazon this month, the first person would probably think, wow, $4,000 you get to make in a month? And then the second person, who's a little more rational, would be like, well, that's not all profit. Maybe you made about half of that. And then the third person, who's actually a business person, would say, well, what about reinvesting in inventory? How are you going to keep making money next month? How are you going to do another $4,000 month if you don't reinvest any of your money in inventory? So there really is a lot of ways to look at it. And the more you do this, the more that you start to see the moving parts of it. Like I said, I've been doing this for 4 years, and I just now kind of looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how can I be having this much sales and only have this much return? And then I'm like, oh, well, you spent like $500 at Lowe's this week, so that's probably has something to do with it. So I'm doing a great job at tracking expenses. I've seriously kept every single receipt, and I've written down everything for 2018, as far, not written down, but made my little spreadsheet here. So yeah, whew. Let's see what else we can look at. Oh, March. I wanted to show you guys kind of okay, so March, my cost of goods was $1,223, and then my payouts was $2,827. So think about this. The March payouts are a reflection of the February work for the most part. So cost of goods minus my payout, or my payout minus my cost of goods. I'm sorry, that's wrong, that's backwards. But anyways, what I got paid minus my cost of goods for March was $1,604. So this is basically what you would have to live off of and reinvest into inventory if you had no other cash flow sources. So just keep that in mind if you're a new reseller. The reason that so many resellers get started selling books is because of the low cost of goods. You could give anyone $100 right now and let them start an Amazon business, and they would do fine. I feel like with $100, you could turn it into $500 with just selling books on Amazon pretty easily. Especially if you live in an area where sourcing books is plentiful. Like for me, I have like over probably 50, at least 15 book sources within a 15-mile radius of me. And these are really good sources that get replenished regularly. But as far as RA goes, I mean, I have most of the big name stores. I have Big Lots, I have TJ Maxx, I have Ross, I have Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Walmart. I have 3 Walmarts within 10 minutes of me. And then I have, let's see what else is out there. Pretty much everything, honestly. We have Big Lots. We don't have Kmart anymore, but pretty much every RA store except for we don't have Toys R Us here anymore either. But yeah, that is just some numbers for you guys. I hope that these are making sense, because one of the things that I hate is when people just post sales update videos and they don't show like all the costs that go into it. Because as a new seller, I used to get so discouraged when I would see like, wow, they're doing $4,000 a month, they're doing $5,000 a month. And if you really sit there and think about that, they're probably not making that much money, you know, as far as investing and having money tied up, and not that they're not profitable, they're definitely profitable, but at the same time, like, the moving parts of a business include reinvesting in inventory, you know, upgrading things. There's little monthly costs that I have to pay for, like, you know, upkeep and things like that. So let me check the mileage here real quick. So this is from my Mile IQ app that I've been using, and these are tax write-offs, guys. My accountant is really proud of me because I got Mile IQ. Because this year I only wrote off, let's see, I think we put in an average of $200, or 200 miles, I'm sorry, 200 miles a month times 12 months. And that was 2,400 miles times, let's see, I think it's around 54 cents. I think it's 53.5, honestly, but whatever. So my write-offs for mileage alone this year was $1,296. But if you can see here, since I have been tracking, it's actually a lot more than that, because for the first 3, or actually really 3 months of the year, I've already written off $1,139. So next year I'll have better data to back up my tax claims. But yeah, that is one thing that you guys need, because Mile IQ, check this out, is $6 a month. So I've spent $24 to get all of this data and basically save myself a shitload of money on my taxes, because it's totally cool to write off all business drives, and I do a lot of business drives when I source. So yeah, that's sort of the moving parts. I'm thinking about doing a video of my first quarter evaluation, but actually let's just look at that real quick, because I don't know if it really merits its own video after I've really talked about pretty much all of that already. The main thing to keep in mind is that you need to know your numbers. You need to know exactly how much money you're spending. The next thing that I really want to focus on is time. How much time am I spending on this every day? Because if I'm spending, you know, 10 hours a day to make this amount of money, it's not worth my time. So here's Q1. Yeah, Q1, so January, February, March. Actually, we don't want to add those 3 days in April, so we'll go through the 31st. Here we go. The 1st through the 31st. Okay, so my sales for January, February, and March all together were $10,684. This is the highest that I've seen a Q1. I mean, I had a great Q1 last year, but I had sourced a lot of textbooks. Yeah, so compared to last year, about the same. So you can see that I'm definitely progressing in terms of variations in my categories. I used to just sell books, and now I'm selling all over the place. So I guess for April, I'm really going to try to focus on increasing profitability, but I'm not too worried about the way things are going. I just kind of want to see how this plays out, and maybe you guys can kind of help me in the comment section understand the moving parts. If you're a bigger seller, maybe you can help me figure some of this stuff out. But I'm just learning along with everyone, so I'm seeing an increase in sales and a decrease in profitability, and I think that comes with the RA. But anyways, thanks so much for watching my update video, guys. Hopefully it wasn't too long-winded and you got something out of it. So have a great week.